Okay, so good morning to each and everyone. Good morning, 12 UMC. So this is Teacher Mary Joyce R. Alcantara, and I'll be teaching the subject of DIASS. And our topic for today is all about the disciplines of counseling. Last meeting, we discussed all about the difference between applied social science and pure social science. And we tackle all about counseling, social work, and even politics. And today, let's discuss the disciplines, the goals of a counseling. First, let's define what is discipline of counseling. So, it is the process of guiding the person during a stage of life when reassessment or discussions have to be made about himself or herself in his or her life course. So, from the word counseling, you are guiding that person in what? In every stages of his or her life. If he experienced trauma or anxiety and depressions, counseling is not just about giving advices to someone, okay, but also you are teaching them how or teaching them the step by step process on how to um, have decision about that experience. Okay, you will give an assessment, not just assessment, but you are guiding or you are acting like a helper to para ano po natin yung tao. Hindi lang po siya teaching but also taking care of his or her feelings. Okay? Para malagpasan yung mga problema or yung mga nai-experience niya. Okay? And then counseling, okay? It is defined basically an art and science wherein you endeavor to weigh the objective and subjective phases of the counseling process. Okay, ang counseling po, it is a science, art and science that way. Pag sinabi nating way, tinitimbang natin yung objective and subjective phases or experiences na nararanasan ng tao. Okay, during that process. Okay, ano yung importante, ano yung hindi sa importante, ano yung kailangang unahin at hindi kailangang unahin. Okay? And then we have here the goals of counseling. Okay, we have 9 goals of counseling. So let's start with developmental goals. So it assists in meeting or advancing the client's human growth and development, including the social, personal, emotional, cognitive, and physical weakness. From the word developmental, you are developing that person growth. Okay? Not just physically, but also including their social batteries, pakikipag-socialize sa ibang tao, how to deal with their emotions, how to balance the emotions, even a cognitive, their intelligence, okay, their mind, and also the physical wellness. To eat nutritious food like that, to take care of our brain, not just our brain but also our emotional health. Okay, to assist their development in human growth. Second is preventive goals. Okay, it helps the client avoid some undesired outcome. How do you prevent something? Okay, paano kayo mag-prevent ng isang bagay na ikakapahamak ninyo? Think twice like that. Okay? So, you will guide them in decision making. Kung may mga bagay sila na nagdadalawang isip na pagdesisyonan yung isang bagay kung gagawin ba nila or not. Kasi magdudulot siya ng undesired outcome. Okay? And then third is the enhancement goals. It enhances special skills and abilities. So we are guiding or teaching them to enhance their abilities and skills, even their intelligence or physical or their talents, diba? To enhance their capabilities, okay, to be more productive as a person in the society. Fourth is the remedial goals, assisting the client to overcome and treat an undesirable development. Okay? To assist them, guide them to overcome, malagpasan yung mga bagay na magbibigay sa kanila ng undesired outcome or undesired development. Kung hindi naman makabuluhan para sa pagkatao nila, okay, you will guide them para hindi na po mapunta sa ikakapahamak nila. Panglima po is exploratory goals. Examining options, testing of skills, trying new and different activities. From the word exploratory, you will guide them to explore different phases in their life. Okay? For exploring their talents, exploring more about themselves, testing their skills, or trying new skills, improving their talents, and also trying new activities that make them feel that they're alive. Okay? 6 is psychological goals. So, it aids in developing good social interaction skills, learning emotional control, and developing positive self-concept. So, it is more about mental wellness. Okay? How do they interact with others? How do they communicate with others or take care their intra and interpersonal skills? It's all about the controlling their emotions when trigger arrives. Okay? And then also to develop their self-improvement, self-efficacy, and their confidence. Okay? And then 7 is reinforcement goals. So, it helps the client avoid some undesired outcome. Okay? You will teach them that some of the decisions will destroy their life. So, as a counselor, diba, your goal is to help them avoid. Okay? Kung ano yung mga bagay na makakasira sa kanilang pagkatao or magbibigay ng trahedya or undesired outcome. Pang 7 po is the cognitive goals. Okay, from the word cognitive, it involves acquiring the basic foundation of learning and cognitive skills. So, what are those foundation of learning? Diba? So, as a human, dapat we are literate, okay, of reading, writing, and then the knowledge na kakailanganan natin para mabuhay. Okay, yung foundation of learning natin. And then, giving more healthy and more productive mindset. Okay, to develop our cognitive skills. And last one of goals of counseling is the physiological goals. So it talks about or involves about acquiring the basic understanding and habits for good health. It is guiding them, teaching them how to have a proper diet and proper exercise to take care of themselves, their body, okay, their movements, because it affects also the mindset of a human being. So having a nutritious food can also affect our mindset, okay, to develop our, not just our physical wellness, but also to develop our minds, brain cells, okay. And then let's move to the counseling goals for counselor, okay. Yung nagbibigay or nagtuturo ng mga payo o nag-aalaga, okay, sa mga may special needs when it comes to having a anxiety, depression, like that, okay, decision in life. Ano yung mga goal naman ng mga counselors, mga tagabigay ng payo, tagaturo, okay, sa mga nangangailangan or may iniindang depression or anxiety, okay. Una is the insight. So, the description is understanding the origins and development of emotional difficulties leading to an increased capacity to take rational control over feelings and actions. Dapat alam mo yung insight mo, yung pinaka-goal mo. Okay? Ano ba yung pinaka-goal mo? Matulungan yung isang tao na mayroong emotional difficulties or development sa capacity nila to have a good decision making. So, you need to do, okay, to guide them or teach them or take a rational control, which is rational control is objectives. What is the most important thing na hindi kailangan kasama yung puso. Kasi sometimes, nagde-desisyon tayo sa isang bagay na sinasama natin yung feelings natin. That's why, yung ibang decision natin is mali or ikakapahamak natin. So, pag sinabi natin rational, objective po dapat. Okay? And do not wag po nating hahayaan na isama yung feelings nararamdaman natin. Okay? Second one is relating with others. So, how do you relate with others? So, the description here, becoming better, able to form and maintain meaningful and satisfying relationships with other people. Example, within the family or workplace. So, sabi nga nila, isuot mo yung sapatos ng isang tao para maintindihan mo yung sitwasyon niya. Okay? Relate with their feelings. Relate with their life. Okay? To have a meaningful and satisfying relationship with them. Okay? Not just being selfish, but also for what? Okay? Para makisama, makaramdam. Okay? At hindi tayo makasakit ng ibang tao. Third one is the self-awareness. So the description is becoming more aware of thoughts and feelings that had been blocked or denied, or developing a more accurate sense of how self is perceived by others. So sa madaling salita, dapat aware ka sa sarili mo. Okay, aware ka sa mga sinasabi mo sa ibang tao. Aware ka sa mga itinuturo mo. Aware ka sa feelings mo. Okay? Aware ka sa sarili mo. Ibig sabihin lang po dyan, dapat kilala mo yung sarili mo. Para alam mo rin kung paano mo itrato yung ibang tao. Pang-apat is self-acceptance. So the development of a positive attitude toward self is marked by an ability to acknowledge areas of experience that had been the subject of self-criticism and rejection. Okay, so be positive. Having a positive mindset can lead to a satisfactorily relief of making a good decision or having a positive attitude toward yourself, not just with others, para ma-acknowledge mo yung areas na kailangan pa ng improvement or to accept self-criticism, good criticism, and also rejection. Okay? So, hindi lang po ibig sabihin na kapag nag-fail ka, isa ka ng failure sa mundo. Hindi po ganun. So, kailangan you accept yourself, you know your flaws, and you know how to manage your imperfections. Okay? Tanggapin mo yung sarili mo para tanggapin ka rin ng ibang tao. Okay? Having the self-respect at more importantly is self-love. To have a self-acceptance na you are not perfect in this world. Okay? And then, the problem solving. Okay, so the description of problem solving is finding a solution to a specific problem that the client had not been enabling to serve alone. Acquiring a general competence in problem solving. So, as a counselor, diba? So, you need to, or you have to, okay, find solution to their specific problem. Okay? You will help them, okay, to find solution to their problem. Okay? And also, you will acquire the general competence, yung kakayahan mo doon sa problem solving. Kakayahan mong lutasin yung isang problema. Okay? And then, psychological education. It enabling the client to acquire ideas and techniques with which to understand and control the behavior. Okay? You will acquire ideas and techniques. What are your strategies and techniques? Okay? To understand your emotions. We have different types of emotions. And also, every day, we have different moods, diba? So, you just need to understand them para hindi po ma-trigger. And also, learn to control the behavior. And second to the last is the acquisition of social skills. So, the description of this is learning and mastering a social and interpersonal skills such as maintenance of eye contact, turn-taking in conversation, assertiveness and anger control. Okay? Acquiring a social skills. Having a good social skills, it makes a connection to everyone. Dapat you have to develop eye contact when someone is speaking you or someone you are communicating to. Learn when to stop, learn when to communicate, okay, when to talk. Dapat alam mo na kapag may nagsasalita yung isang tao, learn to control, okay, yourself. Napatapusin muna sila. And also when you are communicating with others, importante ang eye contact. And also you have to control your anger kasi maraming may mga anger issue, diba? So you need to have that as a counselor to control your anger, diba? And then last one is cognitive change. It is the modification or replacement of irrational belief or maladaptive thoughts patterns associated with self-destructive patterns or of behavior. Ang learning po is continuous. Okay? We learn and we learn and we learn every day. And more importantly is we learn by doing. Okay, our cognitive skills, okay, is changing every time. So you need to change those irrational beliefs, those misconceptions that they are not based on facts. Okay? So kasi it's associated with self-destructive. If you make decisions with your life and you have this irrational belief, it affects. Kasi what if like that? Okay? So just think, research, and educate yourself. Okay? Na those irrational belief or misconception in life will affect your decision in life today. Okay? So, alamin mo kung ano yung importante and kung ano yung totoo. Okay? So, behavior change. So, the description is maladaptive or self-destructive patterns of behavior. Okay, our behavior also is very important. Learn to know when to react. Okay, and to have a positive attitude. And also, the systematic change, introducing change into the way in that social system operate. Okay, systematic change. So, it is a social system. Okay, so how to have a social skills with others that sometimes is people change, right? So we there are seasons in life na hindi naman permanent. Okay, so introduce that there is always a change. Okay, and then empowerment. Okay, how do we empower? You're working on skills, awareness, and knowledge that will enable the client to take control of his or her own life. So, ang main goal mo dito is, excuse me, ang main goal mo po dito is to empower someone. Okay? For example, you're a counselor. How do you empower that person to control his life? Okay, kasi sometimes, diba, napanghihinangayan tayo. Or I should say, nawawalan tayo ng hope, diba, to live the life to the fullest. So, your main goal here is how you will enable him or her to empower and take control of his life. That life is so meaningful. That life is so, so important. The living the life that God gave us. And also restitution. So it helping the client to make amends for previous destructive behavior. You know how to teach na your, for example, someone is having an anger issue and then nag-react siya doon sa malit na bagay lang. Hindi niya na-control yung feelings niya. 'Di ba? So, how will you amend that? Okay? Paano mo ipaparating doon sa person na yun na mali yung ganong behavior, mali yung ganong ginawa niya? Okay? You will help them. Okay? To make amends for their previous destructive behavior. And then, last one is generativity. Okay? General. Okay? Inspire. How do you inspire that person? It is inspiring the person a desire and capacity to take care for others and pass on knowledge and to contribute to the collective good through political engagement and community work. Okay? Kasi sometimes, gusto lang natin is mapag-isa. But sabi nga nila, no man is an island. We need someone, we need people, we need society for us to live. Okay? So, how will you inspire that person to desire the capacity to take care of others, take care of, for example, for their family, like that. Okay, to give them a collective good thoughts, okay, about having also engagement with the politics and also for community work, okay, to have a helping hand, okay, because uh, hindi lang po tayo ang nakatira sa mundo, but also kailangan din natin mag-engage sa politics, okay, and then also engage din sa social work, or what I mean is community work, okay, in, for example, even in our barangay, like that, 'di ba? And then let's move on to the types of counseling. So we have four types of counseling. Okay, unahin natin is the individual counseling. So, individual counseling is a personal opportunity to receive support and experience growth during challenging times in life. Okay, individual counseling can help one deal with many personal topics in life, such as anger, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, marriage and relationship challenges, parenting problems, school difficulties, and career changes. Okay, so means to say the individual counseling is more on personal growth or personal opportunity. Okay, more on personal yan. Paano tayo makareceive ng support, okay, with others in times of our challenges in life. For example, ako, paano ako makaka-receive ng support sa isang tao na pakailaman ako, or to give, okay, guidance, not just guidance, or to give love para sa akin kapag nangailangan ako ng tulong, okay, okay, during my chaos or challenging times in life. Okay, you will counseling that person the opportunity, okay, to help him or her to deal with many personal topics, 'di ba? Tulad ng kanyang anger, ng emotions niya, depression niya, anxiety niya, or naranasan niya during abuse, or if he or she is heartbroken with a relationship, or having family problem, and even school difficulties. Okay, kasi sometimes we are pressured, 'di ba, in school to achieve like that, to become like this, like that, and even in career change. Okay? And then second one is couples counseling. This is more on couple experiences, ups and downs, in their levels of closeness and harmony over time. So this can range from basic concerns of stagnation to serious expressions of aggressive behavior. So marriage counseling or couples counseling can help resolve conflicts and heal wounds. Over couples counseling help couples to slow down their spiral and reestablish realistic expectations and goals. This is more on guiding that couple or that marriage, okay, to have a level or high level of closeness and harmony with each other. So, ang mga bagay po is hindi porket they having a relationship problem is kailangan ng tapusin agad. No, kasi sometimes we make decision in life that will destroy the relationship natin with our someone or loved ones, 'di ba? So, how do you give counseling to that marriage? na malapit na matapos, or how to resolve conflicts or heal wounds, mahilom yung mga sugat, at para mabuo ulit yung happily ever after nila. Okay? And then third one is family counseling. So it is more on family. Okay? So family counseling is often sought due to a life challenges or life change or stress negatively affecting one or all areas of family closeness, family structure. These are the rules and roles or communication style. So this mode of counseling can take a variety of forms, and sometimes it is best to see an entire family together for several sessions. So family counseling po, this is how do we guide those having a broken family, 'di ba? Kasi family is not perfect. Okay? So someone is experiencing a difficult love, I should say. Kasi hindi naman tayo pare-pareho ng kinalakihan ng pamilya. May mga soft love na ipinaramdam, and then may mga family din na hard love ang pinaparamdam. Okay? And then, it is common issues that address in family counseling and concern around parenting, sibling conflict, and loss of family members, new members entering the family, dealing with a major move or general change affecting the family system. So, we have different problems in the family. So, sometimes, naku-culture shock tayo or family shock tayo because may maraming issue ang family. So, not just having a broken family na naghiwalays ang mother and father, but also loss of a family. Okay? Your parent is died like that, or someone is entering in your family, okay, your new sibling from others, or dealing with the what dealing with the sibling conflict. Nag-away-away kayo mga siblings, like that. And last one is the group counseling. So group counseling, it allows one to find out that they are not alone in their type of life challenges. So to be involved in a group of peers who are in similar place not only increases one understand of the struggles around the topic, but also the variety in the possible solutions available. So typically, groups have to 8 participants, 1 or 2 group leaders, and revolve around a common topic like anger management, self-esteem, divorce, and domestic violence, recovery from abuse and trauma, and substance abuse and recovery. So, when we are dealing with our problems and struggles or chaos in life, we feel like we are alone. Wala tayong kasama. Okay, we are dealing with ourselves only, that sometimes wini-wish na lang natin na hindi na lang mabuhay. Kasi ang akala natin, alam natin is mag-isa na lang tayo at walang nagmamahal sa atin. But in a group counseling, ang goals po nila is to have 8 participants. It's like a friend, a group, okay, na ipaparamdam sa'yo na hindi ka nag-iisa, and then the main goal here is to revolve around that problem, okay, to that you have someone or you have a group of friends to feel like they are your friends, okay, to manage your anger, to develop your self-esteem, and also a recovery from a violence like that, or abuse, or yung trauma na naranasan mo, na to feel, they make you feel na you are not alone. That's it. Okay? So, another one is we have the scope of counseling. Okay, yung individual counseling po, ang scope niya ito is yung adolescence identity. Ano yung identity mo? Okay? You are LGBTQI, you are a girl or you are a female, a male, like that. Okay? Or you are a teen parent. Okay? Or having a peer relationship with others, or you are dealing with anxiety. Okay? Anger management, depression, gender identity, sexual abuse, even spirituality. So, ang scope ng individual counseling, this is more on yourself. Okay? Na nararanasan mo within yourself. Okay? Not just physically, but also emotional, spiritual, psychological, physiological. Okay? Yung pagkatao mo. The whole you. Your identity. And then, how about sa family counseling? We have here the marital and premarital counseling. Your fertility issues sometimes when you are building a family. Sometimes, naghiwala yung dalawang magkarelasyon. It is because hindi magkaanak si girl, like that. So, there is a fertility issues like that. Or extended family relationship na hindi mo alam na may una palang pamilya si boy, like that. So that's the common family problems. And also divorce, separations. So it is more on about having a family or building a family. Yung mga problema na nararanasan. And then that's it. Okay? So, we have here the activity number 1. So, if classes are meron na bukas, so you will pass this activity. Okay? So, you will do this in yellow pad. So, may picture dito. Tell what type of bullying is the image below. And then, discuss your answer. Okay? In a yellow pad paper. Okay, that's it. So, if you have a question, just message me or tap me. Then I will answer that. So, thank you for listening. Have a nice day.